Hello my dear, my name is Alexandra, you're at the channel Cards and Roses, and today we will discuss Amy Winehouse. What happened in her life that she could not leave her addiction, what was with the relationship, and primarily with the relationship with parents, what was in a career. Let's put some cards. Very sad. What happened? Very talented lady. I like her songs a lot. That's so sad, and because it feels like she wanted help actually. She wanted help. But not help that was pushed to her. That's a very big difference, because a person who's looking for help, she or he usually knows what kind of help she or he would like to get. And the help, how it correctly shall be in rehab or whatever, that obviously doesn't work. Obviously. Because the people saying you how you shall behave. But what a nonsense. The answer would be, but what a nonsense. If you know how I shall behave, get your rules and behave according to those rules yourself. It's very useful to say someone what to do. At the same time, I'm pretty sure that the majority of these people, of these professionals, including psychologists, including doctors, not to say in an esoteric field, they don't follow their own pieces of advice. They only wearing a white coat and saying other people what it is correct to do to improve the situation. Bullshit. Okay, it's my personal opinion. That was my personal opinion. Based on personal experience with so-called professionals. Okay, Amy Winehouse. Let's do circles. Let's do the first question. Her situation in the moment of addiction, when it started to develop. I want to say that this card, the Knight of Wands, it is a card of substances. So the High Priestess in the past, Six of Cups long past, the Two of Pentacles, it's present. I mean, obviously everything is in the past, right, in this reading. Knight of Pentacles, that was in the heart, and Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles in the heart, Knight of Wands present. So present, it was running on substances with a heart that she has to continue to work, because the Knight of Pentacles, it's a working horse. I'm sorry for this expression, I'm sorry for these words, I don't like to say it, but it is how it is, right? In the heart, Two of Pentacles, it's very often the card of playing in love within the two opportunities. She had this terrible relationship with Black, how I understood that he involved her in drug consumption, and all of it was not nice. I see with this card that she maybe thought that she could deal with it, that she could deal with the work. If you see it as a triangle, these three cards, right, with the work, with the abuse, with relationship, and that it's a circles, and that's like going and going and going and going, and she has to continue to deal with all of it. In the past, some secrets that High Priestess shows us here. I will try to read it precisely later with more cards. And in a long past, it's a Six of Cups. To be honest, I think she has seen all the sin and so on in a coffin, because it was all, it's like too much. It was this joy of success was already out. So it's theoretically a good card. It reminds us of a childhood dreams that may come true in the past. So she wanted to do some steps forward, she could not do it. That's a High Priestess reminds us, yeah. I heard that she wanted to make a baby or to adopt a baby. Adopt. When she wanted to adopt a baby, and yeah, she could not do it because of her lifestyle. High Priestess is a very interesting card because she always reminds us of your intuition, of your inner voice that you have to follow, you have to listen, and if you don't listen it, especially as a lady, you usually get fucked. Sorry for my words, bad words today. Okay, relationship. I'm curious about relationship with parents and relationship in family. Let's put it relationship in a family. What happened there? Because official sources say that she was one daughter, everything was so good, and in the end up, it's abusive relationship. It's abuse of substances. It's if you see her videos, she clearly did not want to continue. It was all sort of too much for her. She could not, apparently she could not change it. Let's see. So hard. Two of Wands. Recent past. Just. We will put it here. Eight of Cups next to the Ten of Wands. And too much. Too much with a wish to live. I want to point out that this card, Eight of Cups, in a rare occasions shows this. In rare occasions, because it's a choose to live the current situation by your own wish. Present Ace of Pentacles, and in a head then it was a Seven of Swords. I want to say that it's a bit hard to live when you're in a position of a swallowing sword. When in a position when you have to continue and every time it's like a last time, or you need to perform a trick, or you need to entertain, and you're like out. It reminds me of Avicii and what happened to him. Question was relationship with parents. Justice on a High Priestess honestly brings me more questions than answers of what happened there. What kind of hidden influence by papers, because Justice, it's a card of official documents. What kind of influence did her parents have on her business, on her music? Because music is not only creativity, right? It's also business with all these relocations, concert, organization, and so on and so forth. This reminds me of a situation of Britney Spears. Worse and worse, but I did not expect good cards. So in the present, that was Ace of Pentacles, big business. That's among others a card of a big business on a card of substances, and where you this knight, he is sort of pushing himself to go. On one side he has this creative energy, wish to do like a fire. On the other hand, he's a bit like crazy. So it's a bit tricky. It's a tricky situation. Hard. Two of Wands. Trying to get a harvest and maybe not to get it. I was expecting the court cards. I was expecting kings, queens, knights, pages in the end, emperor. Nothing. Only justice is here. And apparently somehow demand to push from a childhood, demand to push until the end, more and more and more and more, until voluntarily leave the situation. And with the heart, with the hope that it will be fine, with the hope that she can deal with more new projects. because Two of Wands, it's also new projects. It's broadening the borders. Bad card. Bad card, but also classics. Let's see cards for the sort of help that maybe she was looking for or she had. My question is what kind of help it was in reality. It was a demand to start using, and then for what? You need another goal. If you stop using, then you need a goal, sort of for what you live, how you continue, and it shall be your own goal, not that you're a good girl. You know, you have stadiums. I could imagine that Amy could have answered to that, so what? But I want something else. And this something else could have been judged. It could have been judged even by so-called professionals. Let's put cards hard. Queen of Swords. No, we can stop here. That's already said it. Because this is a doctor. And usually with the hard decisions, but they are sort of fair. But at the same time, it's not like a kind person or something. It's a more person who could tell you this is a protocol, auf Wiedersehen. No, thank you very much. There are a lot of cases where protocol does not work. Piss off. Sorry, I'm sorry, language. What was in your heart? Two of Cups. It's a card of love, and it's all those... I don't know what kind of words to say here. Abusive, unsuccessful, sad and terrible relationship where he was, where she was. And she did not get what she wanted from it. How I understand it. Recent past and past. We will put two cards here. No. Death that laid down in a past on Eight of Cups. We know how it ended up, so here actually I have one comment. Recent past, it was the Nine of Pentacles. I wanted to say cash machine with the illusion of defense. It's illusion. You can say from this card in this situation that it's a VIP rehab. But it does not matter, VIP, not VIP, the hardest part starts after, so, yeah. And present hanged man, so it was a matter of time for her. I don't see here the cards of health, of the real rehabilitation, of the dreams that are making come true, so it could have been, I don't know, Nine of Cups for dreams that I'm making true, that for dreams that are coming true. I don't see caring person. That could be Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Cups. Very understanding person, right? For example, there is no sun, right? Also card over health, or Imperatrice, card over health, and particularly female health. Some rich secrets. No, I have no doubt that so-called VIP rehabs have a lot of secrets, but how does it solve a problem? How does it solve a problem? With the death, the problem solved to some extent, but does it really solve? No. I want to say that this card, in the past, right? We can say that it was a wish of transformation. Maybe it was a chance of transformation. But with all these demands that are coming for a very long time from childhood, it's almost impossible to use a chance, because chance is not enough. Chance is a start. You need to put this chance in reality. How? That's a question. That's a question. So rehab did not help. And people did not help them. I want to finish with something good. Let's put a theoretical question. What could have theoretically helped her in her situation? It's very interesting. I will start from a past. Devil after death. Transformation, seeing the shadow. And going out of the devil's chains, because a couple on a devil's cart on a Rider-Waite Smith can go out. Because the chain, they are not hard on them. They're not fixed. So, yeah, they're saying something that she did not want to see in herself, maybe, or it was very hard to do it. That was some nightmares that are maybe covered with alcohol and everything else. So again, put together, see the shadow, recent past, Hierophant, listen to some other voices, but by voices I mean not in the head, obviously. I mean listen to other people, find someone who could have helped from her environment that are fair and that are maybe somehow hidden, or she did not want to see them, or she did not want to put attention on these people. That's very interesting. Example is she was a back voice singer, and he looked like, at least he looked like he wanted to help her on a stage. He was kind to her. Maybe he theoretically could have helped her. What I mean with it, at least to support it emotionally, to listen to her, try to understand her. Maybe she did not want to talk about it with anyone else. That's what I mean with it. Right, in the head, good team. She needed another team. Not this bullshit that was before. Right? More and more. Swallow more swords, please. No. How she singing her song. No. Better team. And she wanted her wishes come true. Some wishes from her heart. Wishes that only she knew. Very sad situation. A lot to learn. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you a good day. Please, if you have any topics to discuss, you have in mind a particular person, write it in comments. I will try to make a video about it. Bye.